I have had quite a number of questions about how the ancient Hebrews saw and treated women and the role they played. I believe this is due to misinformation and the hatred of women portrayed by some. Let's listen to my brother JC address this issue from a show we were both on, and then I will show a clip on the key role women played and still play when it comes to our ancient Hebrew customs.
There's only one thing. There's only one other thing I really wanted to talk about, and that was how Hebrew Israelites view women. They have a lot of them. A lot of us have a Western way of viewing women in their role within the nation. A lot of Hebrews say, "Well, we didn't have queens. We didn't. Yeah, we did have queens. We did have queens. She was called Geburah. That was her title, the Queen Mother. The whole kingdom of Judah had queens, and even some of the northern women became queens. And it falls in line. The Geburah falls in line with West Africa, where you go to Kingdom Bornu, and they called their queen mother Megira. Exact same word, the exact same office. It wasn't the wife of the king. It was the mother of the king, who had that role. And I'm in the process of doing a research article on the actual role of the Geburah, because a lot of biblical scholars of her, due to their Western mindset, she was more than just a queen. She had a lot of power, and she had a spiritual office too. And she was a priestess. Yeah, we had priestess. Yes, we had priestess. So that's a whole other topic for a whole other show. But I wanted to address that.
JC made some important remarks, and this clip is going to agree to some of the remarks he made. Let us watch and listen, and since the subtitles just summarize what is being said, I will translate it better for you after.
No matter no, you better rituals no. You who say a man no edi kai ko omone mulomo eko baby I said 3 times no mako enti pledge festival na ye di ni na no e man no omodwuma ne sen wo
ye adwuma ne say yesu afisha e be siesie hu ni yakodra na ase yesu yakosa yegodi afisha ne bi ni asa
ma wale fiu noni oni mi penji amenji woyi amewo omo ni kusungu be no ba fi no ba hia mese no wa afi e fa na me na ke wo ye be mi anya afi no wo ton bele na me yin se ya ge ba ge ni be fe amenji woyi ni kendo ko amewo ba ke na ba ke o no na me yin o wo se ge ya bona fi no kusun wo na ge be eja ka me ya kusun hin fi mu no ngmene nwe gbeke na chine kenye bacho nshin ni bana ke kusum mu fe amamba fi amba jo ye jeme fe ke kata bini abapa no amele afi ele ame pro ruwa ya fi.
Enti chief priestess no e wo community nim no wadwuma ne say
chief priestess say ni ji wo ye ame tumonji wo mo ame woni wo mo me ke ehia ba gwa geda na twinjole ehia e ba gwa geda na twinjole e mam ba gwa geda ni efunku alonoko gbunyoku akaba mam kenoko ba ya no won ba tun le no e ba butu le ni wa ke no ni ba ni ba ya no ne nyefia ne keke neke wa mam me nutumu maka ge mam fin ya medi ya ka meji meni nu wo jian wi mu ameji meni wo tun amen ameji meni wo jian ka me fi ono fin anu wo bi ndi amebo shimaga ka me ye wale fi o ya ga wo ye no de ba de ga shi nkan shi don de na no maka shi ba na no shi mi nye magara ga ka shi mani ya wo ame ye wale fi o ameji meni yen mamu fi keno ko gbonyo ko mba ambana ipapa mbo ambana.
The lady asked what the role and the responsibilities of the women were during this ceremony, which is performed during the Passover. This was his response. They are the priestesses. Prophecy comes through them. There are no customary rites that we will do without them. The rites we perform by the riverside will not be possible if the women were not part of it. They play a major role. The feast is incomplete without them. That is the reason why you saw them coming with me to the riverside. If there are any messages from God's messengers, what we call Jemawojin, meaning malaks, what you call angels, it's the women who receive the messages and tell it to us. This is why they follow us to the riverside during the rituals. If the women don't come with us, the customary rites cannot be performed. This evening, when you come under the tree, you will notice they will be the ones to perform the main rituals from inception to the end of the feast. They play a major role. Another question posed to him was, what is the duty of the chief priestesses in the community? His response, because they play a major role in addition to getting prophecy, the women make sure there is peace at home and in the community. She is diligent to make sure no evil comes into the community. We see the same idea in the Torah. When Sarah noticed Ishmael was bringing evil into their household, into the community, so she demanded that he be sent away. If there's going to be evil, or if there is evil, the malaks, the Jemawojins, or the angels will inform the women and instruct them to what needs to be done. Because of the work that they perform, I would say the entire community is in their hands, since it is through them that we receive instructions and messages. Even though these women are children to the priest, she is more powerful than the priest. I have to obey whatever she tells me when she is getting instructions from the malaks. Even if she tells me to lay on the ground so she walks over me, I will do it. But I cannot tell her to do such. So they are more powerful than us. The whole community is in their hands. The man in the white attire speaking is the high priest. We call them Wulomo. I gave a detailed explanation of this high priest and his role in the link in the description box. He is dressed exactly how Moshe commanded the priest to dress, and he must keep these commandments to the T. So what role did and do women play in our ancient Hebrew culture? You just heard it from the mouth of the priest, from the horse's own mouth. Let's listen carefully in closing to what my brother Divine Prospect advised in his concluding statement on the talk show we were on together.
My closing words would say we need to improve our methodology of research. Our research methodology within our community has to improve. And it has to be as objective as possible so that way we can take into account the worldview of the broader perspective of peoples, more particularly on the continent of Africa. This is why travel is very important. If anybody can save up the money who are so-called blacks and Negroes in America, if you can travel to the continent of Africa, I would encourage you to travel to the continent of Africa. And if you can't travel for whatever reason, I would encourage you to get in contact and in touch with people that actually live there on the continent, because only through that type of experience will you be able to fully identify with the worldview and the lens of those people there. And I think 80% of issues can be resolved through diplomacy, through tact, and through objectivity. And if we decide that we are going to be teachers of this truth, we have to have those elements under our belt. Otherwise, we are going to be no better than the oppressor who's oppressing us today, and we will be oppressing other people the same way that our oppressors oppressed us. The Most High did not intend for us to develop bitter feelings towards others. If you have a bitter heart, then something is wrong. You need to reevaluate your relationship with the Most High to see if you're in line with the Most High. If you believe that a particular atrocity was committed against you, we're not saying to advocate any kind of injustice, right? We're definitely going to remember that injustice. We're definitely going to speak on it. But when you take it a step further and allow it to make you bitter to the point where now you shut off all communication from anybody that may be associated from that stereotype that you are escaping from, avoiding because you felt an atrocity was done, then what you're doing is disenfranchising anybody else who could possibly be an ally or possibly come under the truth and under you, so that way you can expand your assignment from the Most High. So we have to be very diligent in our research methodology. We have to be very diligent in being diplomatic, and tactful when we're speaking about these type of subject matters. Because if we're not, it's going to show a huge degree of naivety and ignorance to the people in the know, and you will come at odds with them.